Right, hello YouTube, welcome back to another episode of From the Depths. This is technically us continuing on with our Ashes of the Empire campaign, but it's also a little bit of a weird one because obviously we've got Christmas coming up and there's some stuff I want to talk about and there's a few subscriber craft to show off, so we'll start with those subscriber crafts. So first of all, Mechastopheles has built something new. Built something new anyway, I don't know if it's for us or not, but he's built the, what was it, AV3A Black Wasp attack helicopter. It's very pretty looking, I'm not going to lie. I like the little covered rotor, little radar thing up on top of the... Well, actually has a munition warning system in it. It's actually functional as well. On top of the blades. Counter-rotating props, very nice. Right, this little red cockpit. Can you see through it? You can see through it. I wonder what he's used that you can see through it from one side and not the other. There's actually... How does it control? Up, down... manual control maybe doesn't work very well, but... It recovers nicely enough. Supposedly this thing's pretty tough. It says it can take on a Onager or a King Cobra. Let's spot it an... Oh, pardon me. Spotted an Onager and see how it does against it. A missile helicopter. I like the orange smoke on the missile. That's a nice touch. That's an Onager. Oh, it's the catapult fella. Yes, I remember you now. So do to avoid missiles, flares apparently. Seem to work reasonably well. I think that's one thing that was suggested for some of our builds, some flares. Yeah, it's done a bit of damage to it. Yeah, I could see this thing taking out a Onager given enough time. I think it might take a little while, but I could see it happening. These things are pretty slow, and this thing seems to be fairly evasive as they go. What's it firing for missiles? Whoops, didn't mean to take a screenshot, but I guess we have. Complicated warheads is what I'm going to call that. Complicated, but reasonably powerful. But yes, I like that one, Mechastopheles. It looks fairly nice. I suppose it's in the wrong colour scheme, but I like how it looks. Seems to work reasonably well. Nice and evasive. Looks like a helicopter, which is always plus points. Yeah. Nice work. The next one was meant to be August, or however you pronounce it. But supposedly it uses the Mega Slopes pack, which I don't have installed at the moment, and I've had trouble trying to record with that on because it adds quite a lot of parts. I think it slows the game down a bit. I'll maybe try to remember to get back to that one at some point, but yeah, for now, we're going to move on to the next one, which is Headwood. A lot of repeat uploaders, so... Light Tank Momica 3. Yep, someone's upgraded the Momica again. Although, interestingly, it looks kind of identical from the outside. Well, that's touchdown. Yeah, what's actually changed with this? Few adjustments, it now costs a bit more. Oh, surge protection, slightly better frontal armor, and much more efficient and smaller engines, safer ammo storage, and a more centralized defended AI. Ah, okay, so he's shunted a few things around to make everything a bit tougher. Where would the AI be? Ah, it's in the back. Ah, it's behind the engine compartment, okay. Yeah, so he shrunk the engine to defend it a bit, improved, like it says, the surge protection. Ah, yeah, full block of heavy armor across the front now. Oh, that's very nice. Maybe we'll have to make use of that one, seeing as it's a... I don't like to use completely subscriber-built craft, but seeing as this is just a nice refinement of one of the designs we made, maybe we'll have to give this one a go. Don't know whether it needs a bit of a... Maybe it needs a tiny bit of lead ballast at the front. It's definitely tipping up a little bit. Yeah, no, very nice. But, of course, we do know this design for the most part, because we made it. Not for the time, but yeah. No, nice bit of refining. I think it does say, yeah, slightly better recoil absorption. It has the wireless snooper, so clearly see something. It does say about, it does hurt the repair times, which is true. Those plates on the tracks, but they do provide a little bit of protection, so I'm happy to leave those for now. Alright, yes, this next one... This is another one from IORC by Mew, unsurprisingly. He seems to like those designs. However, it's not the, what do you call it? It's not the Meteor this time. It's, well, it didn't have a name in the game, so we've called it the Mervicad. This is, oh, it's looking good already, actually. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Yeah, so this, I like how it's got an eye on the side of it. That's not technically what the logo is, but it actually does kind of work. So this is a ship of the so-called Arvan Navy in-game. Kind of the good faction of the two in a sense, although it's not too much is really said about them. So the Navy ships are like this. They're bigger, bulkier. They tend to have these large engine bells for moving around. But this is a functional one. This one isn't space debris. It's got I like how you've done the radar, the sort of blue crystal looking radar. I really do like that. The shape and everything. Oh boy. Does it have the torpedoes? Are these functional? Ah, they're not. Ah, okay. I think he's interpreted these as jet engines. So, yeah, maybe my bad for the model. These bits on the front, the two tubes, they're meant to be big torpedo tubes. I guess they're jet intakes on this one. That's fine. Let's try out the guns. Oh, it's got quite a kick to it as well. I do know it does work in atmosphere, which is nice, because obviously the original was a spaceship. What are we firing? That's a good question. What are they? Is this Sabo Squash Head? Not Squash Head. Hesh? Not Hesh. God, brain. What am I talking about? Hollow Point. It was Sabo Hollow Point with stabilizer fins. I kind of like that. Sort of armor-piercing shells. Jet nozzle's interesting. It's not as round as it... it's not completely round normally, but actually I kind of like it a bit squashed like that. Yeah, I think I like this one. Well, I mean, of course I do. It's by design, but I think I like this this interpretation of it, I suppose I should say. So manual controls don't really work, but then again, that's true for most of From the Depths' flying stuff. Let's spawn in... I don't know, an AORC. Could I actually hit that? Yes, it can. It hit it very hard, judging by that shot that hit. 22,000 damage from that volley. I was going to say I don't know if it has detection, but I suppose that doesn't matter in this campaign, does it? You can score hits anyway. I'm sorry, I'm just enjoying watching this because it's really nice to see what the designs I've made. Obviously, realise it's got railguns. It's a little pulse there. Ah, no wonder they're hitting so hard. But yeah, this thing in game, you never see this thing functioning properly. It has the turrets on it, but unlike the later game ships where they still have some functioning defences and they'll shoot at you and it's a bit more dangerous, this doesn't. This is just a wreck effectively. In fact, we could spawn the meteor next to it for a. Yeah, that's well, maybe not quite right for scale. Actually, where's the mini meteor? That might be about right for scale. Yeah, that's probably about right for scale actually. The mini meteor next to that thing, that's probably about the right size for it. Very a cute little size comparison. But yes, I do like that one, Mew. Very nice. The last one we have for today is by Mephistopheles again. I was saying about having trouble with the visuals on the Angie or hover tank because obviously it's functional, but I really don't like how it looks. I had a plan for something to make it look better, and then found out the volume limit's a problem. Although someone's pointed out we could use half beams to make it a bit easier to build, maybe, because it'll lose less volume. Where is it? He's built us some greebling to use as examples, which is something I like but struggles to actually do. Mephistopheles, greebling. How has he done this? Am I still paused? I am paused, that's why. Oh, cute radars. What's this made of? I know what part of this is made of, but we'll take a proper look once it's gently drifted down onto the floor. Descending. Oh, you got to land the right way up, though. It's not going to land the right way up, is it? Put a single block of lead on here. Is that going to help tilt it? It is not. There we go. Oh. Use hyperlinks for camo. Ah, okay, so you can link to like web images, can you, to do that? Attach the wood blocks instructions. Place the which are attached to the wood blocks? There's some wood blocks I can't see. Oh, does he mean for these? I'm gonna guess he means for those. Attach the wood blocks instruction. Prefab the block. Place the prefab. Oh, overlapping the surface you want the greebly on. The wood block won't be placed with the attached deco will. Okay, so the game goes, there's no space for this, and cuts it out, but it leaves in there. Okay, I get you. Actually, an alloy slope block. Oh. Oh, this is that window. This is those weird red windows off the helicopter. How's he done that? An alloy slope block disguised as a glass slope. Some window dressing applied. Good for ship's bridges. Okay, cool. Let's try and remember to actually use some of these. This is like a wood block with an armor plate in it. That's interesting. Yeah, so he's done like some little tank hatches and things. This sensor pod, maybe? A hatch. Or a valve, rather. A little dome block. That could be good for, what do you call them? Roundels, maybe? Antennas. We've got a bomb. Just a straight up bomb. A slope with, yeah, like metal blocks on the inside. Propeller hubs being used for spinning deco instead of spin blocks. Oh! Oh, but it moves things attached to it. Okay. And then you can set the spin rate really easily. Oh, thank you, McStuffy. These are really nice. Yeah, then I guess he's used the URLs to do this bit. To add these sort of metal like textures to it. Oh, best use of the cram bomb chute I found. Ah, to look like a little missile or flare launcher. I do like that actually, yeah, to cover the top of the thing. Very nice. The only thing I would ask... Actually, no, it's fine, because I was saying about the camo thing, but I can look up how that works at some point. Yeah, very nice, Vecca. I do like that. I'll have to get around to prefabbing those. Right, the second thing I want to talk about today, we'll load in the Chris, because that's what we've been doing in a campaign. I'll maybe just do a bit of work on that in the background while I talk, if I can split my focus well enough. Oh yeah, this is our vaguely World War I inspired thing. Big box. Definitely need to get the looks looking a little bit better to make it clear that's what it's meant to be. What we'll do is raise it up specifically so it's obvious it's not just a brick. But yes, so obviously Christmas is coming up. You all know this. So you could probably expect the channel to get quieter for a bit. I probably won't be posting very regularly from now until Christmas. I'll maybe try and get some stuff up. I wouldn't mind having I might do a special on the if you guys remember, I did a bit of HUVR a little while back, which I still very much like that game. I would honestly like to do a bit more on Range of the Rock Winners. It's just a case of getting around to it. Oh, sorry, brain, catch up, brain. But yes, so I'd like to do something on that. But to look at the Christmas update, that was it. So the Christmas update they've been doing, they add like new things every day for a while, and I haven't checked it out at all yet, which is pretty poor form on my part. I was very up to date on the last one of these they did. I've been forgetting to do it with this one. But yeah, so I might try and maybe do an episode where we just take a look at all the stuff they've added for that. But yeah, in general, you could probably expect the uploads on the channel to slow down a bit. And that's kind of really all I had to say there. You kind of know what that'll actually mean in terms of stuff. It just means there'll probably be a bit less content for a little while. I never sloped that up properly. What's this costing at the moment? It's just meant to be a bit more budget than the for the other stuff we're building. Oh right, no, this is alloy, isn't it? Because it's meant to be lightweight. Let's add a bit of armour to the actual over the wheels itself. Oh, pardon me. The back could stay a bit more exposed. Right. Yes, the rear also does need armouring properly though. Yeah, given that's the ammunition storage, I think we'll make that fairly thick. Yeah, another one there. Right. So what else it needs? It needs proper Swanson armour, it needs detection systems. We're running a little short of space on this thing. And we do want a secondary gun on it. We may indeed have to start using that slopes idea if we're running really short on volume limit, which we might well be at this point. It probably is a case that we probably just shouldn't have used it. I don't know if it's possible to transfer a save across to not use it. I might even look into save... Oh no, we've made that into alloy, haven't we? No, this should be metal. Sorry, I've just noticed this and it's bugging me now. Right. In fact, this could be beams as well, can't it? This could be... Actually, we could try the, These use less volume, or is it just the, 21, 28. They do use a little bit less. We'll try some beams, because I know those are supposed to be quite good armor. It's their heat, so we'll try and make it so heat rounds can't punch through into the rear of the tank. It's not something I normally use, but why not? Right. So I've got the sponsors on. Kinda. How are we doing for the volume? We've got a bit left. Okay, so AI. Yeah, what I'm thinking we'll also have the little secondary AA turret at the back, like the Ursha has. It is sort of a vague companion to the Ursha as another tank destroyer, so... Oh god, where's the AI? Is it here? So it was more simple weapons? Medium AA, I think? No. Actually, was it? Where was it? Oh, I can't remember what this thing was from now. It's not one of those. It's more modern than one of those. Brain. It's like the sort of modern Cold War era, post-war era, like, turret. It's not one of these, because it's anti-air. Oh, jeez, I can't find it now. Oh, dear, sorry. Yeah. Still got a bit of the old winter cold left. That has refused a bit to go away. Oh, no, it's one of these, isn't it? There it is. It's that one. I like how it looks with the sort of square body. I think it's a Russian one. In terms of the actual make and everything, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Oh. Error mode, but oh well. Just have to rely on a metal plate at the back. Can't respond to aim in that direction. Yeah, I was going to say. Now, we may have to rethink the way these guns are mounted, but I do like the idea of having it with the big, super heavy sponsons and able to take on, theoretically, two sides at once. Again, of course, for that, we need detections, so... What we could do is have a slightly recessed into the turret, like what's it called, a rangefinder setup. So we'll have sub-objects, one-axis turret. Will this actually be connected? No, it does need actual connection. Okay. We'll go for a non-armoured one. We'll have to build some armour for it ourselves. And if we have a connector on the back with... And that'll have a receiver on the back of it and something else on the top. Got range. It'll kind of do gimbal, right? Or angular? No, angular we probably still will need, I suppose, because we need the 0.2. Yeah, because people have said about this as a backup. Why not? We'll fit a snooper on the back of it as well. Shouldn't be any vehicles it can't find, really. This should probably be we could even do a bit of glass shielding on the sticking out bits potentially, but I think we'll save our limited volume limit for the rest of the ship's armor. We will put those on though, for the sake of visuals. And also you don't provide the actual protection. It does indeed not block line of sight, so... Right. We do, however, need to give it some more processing power. We might do here, because we also want to protect the AI against EMP surges. We'll maybe go... Actually, it probably shouldn't be connected. If we go a bit in the front here, and then we do another stone barrier. If we even do stone poles, I guess those would stop heat rounds, right? Or would they need to be right up against the armor? They might, but what we could do is... that, and that should hopefully... I thought that didn't look quite right. These need to be there. Presumably one further as well. Get this even, yeah. Limit is okay, so that should be reasonably protected. I don't know if stone pillars is a good idea. I feel like they should provide both the EMP resistance and the resistance against heat rounds, but I don't know if that's entirely how that works. And I might well reinforce the very front of the tank again anyway, because we've got some volume limit left. It's definitely going to be the direction it's engaging from, so... Quite an intimidating looking face, this one. It's very much the opposite of the real Chris, but... Well, real, quote-unquote, the one from the show, but hey-ho. I suppose she did get more confident after the whole thing with Embryo. Maybe this is her in a serious form. She's got like the Black Diamonds or whatever it was called that she ended up joining for a bit. This is her late in the series version. Okay, let's give that a quick save. Oh, did we put repair bots on it? I don't know if we did. We're going to put some on now. This is still only about 32,000, so this is still quite a lot cheaper than the Angie. Which it probably needs to be, because I'm not 100% sure how effective this is going to be. I guess we need to test it against White Flare, because we've already beaten the Onyx Watch. Doesn't matter if it can beat them or not, because we won't be seeing them. It might be that we need to replace the Mantler, but I like the idea of having those. Oh, you know what it might be why they're not firing? It might be because we haven't given it a... what do you call it? Might be because we haven't given it the... Oh, what the flip do you call it? AI connection. Well, it seems to resist the machine gun fire from this thing pretty well. Let's turn its guns off for a moment while we quickly add the... Yeah, we might have to just do... put them there, which is not an ideal spot, really. It's missed us. It definitely seems to have some problems with shooting the floor, which is the lack of vertical track coming into to play as a problem. I better not cheat it, because it needs to... Yeah, that might be a problem if it can't target if the ground's even slightly rough. Why are you not firing? Drop AI. Didn't I put you on top of a... What is this I put it on top of? Oh, why have I done that? It's an all-in-one. And I can armour it properly. Yeah, what was I doing there? Is it unable to get a lock, or is it just because it's buried in the ground? Let's get it a bit closer. Ah, okay. The AA gunners are having to try to cut the top off the rangefinder, does it? Okay. I need to rethink that then. Or maybe do something like that, but we'll put it somewhere else. Maybe on the top of the sponsons even. Maybe just leave it as... Or could even just leave it as flat and have it a bit cheaper. Yeah, that's not going to be much good if it can't... Although that might just be a... I'm not really sure that being taller would help much there anyway. I think that's just the AI would just do that anyway. Hang on. Let's spawn a new one. I guess a chaos, why not? Oh, that pack cannon hit. Did some damage. Okay, maybe a chaos is a bad idea. Ramming blade's going to be a problem for any of our tanks, apart from the Angie, mind you, so I'm not sure spawning anything else there would have made much difference. Oh, hang on. I need to save that not being attached so it doesn't shoot out its own detection system. Oh boy, that could be a problem. Maybe this needs to be heavy then. That might even make it deeper as well. Let's go. Oh. It won't save the camera if the camera takes a direct hit, but it should save the stuff behind the camera. Reaver? Yeah, well. Yeah, guns are definitely having accuracy problems or problems just getting targets. I might have to swap out how the sponsons work. Armour was holding up reasonably well, but it's like even the reasonably tough front armour on this thing can't stand up to that for too long. Yeah, let's put you back together quickly. And that'll spawn a new one, because that'll be quicker. Let's try replace... Much as I don't want to, because I like the idea that they can turn all the way around the side, it looks like it doesn't actually work in practice, so... Let's try just replacing these with maybe just like elevation... No, omni-mantlets probably. Also put a bit of actual armour on these. Realize these are completely exposed. At least if we can get both shots off on it, that might help a little bit of our damage. What was that accuracy? That was terrible. It wasn't even remotely close. Oh, did we get a hit there? The damage at least look okay when we do get a hit. Yeah, that looks alright, but... Just in case the white flares just hit really hard in this particular campaign. Oh, this is about the same cost, so this is probably a fairer matchup. These guns just really do seem to have a bit of a shooting the floor problem. Is it something with our detection? I'd have thought it'd be pretty good. These firing. Lots of little high explosive warheads. Oh, and this seems to be way more vulnerable than I thought it would be. We'll at least do some good damage on a hit. That's kind of a yes, but not amazing. Well, they got slopes internally as well. Even the devs are using the slopes, huh? I wish I knew what it was that was hitting this that was taking it out in one shot. I would have thought it'd be tougher than that, but... Oh, I guess maybe if the explosion's going through it still, even... Well, I suppose it's just that many missiles that it just would, I guess. Did that actually kill us? What happened? Can't even see what's doing the damage on most of these shots. I guess they're AP, but... Yeah, what is this? What is it that's doing this? It's got heavy armour across all the front of it. Is it the rangefinder getting killed somehow? Or those EMP rounds? I just couldn't see the EMP. You might need a armoured one, but... a lot harder to fit given the shape we made this thing. It still connect from there? Not only that, can it not, but it also deletes everything else. Alternate method. Get rid of that then. Alternate method, armoured box, thick glass window. So we'll go... Put the actual connection under the thing. Super. Okay, then we'll go put the space around it. So we've got a fair bit of volume left, then we'll go force this back so it doesn't get hit from there. Same for the top. Oh, that needs to be like that. It's not going to be good against aircraft, but it was never supposed to be. Do that, and then we'll do... And hopefully that will absorb at least a shot, maybe? Not a Reaver, what was it? A... Sagan, I think it was. Yeah, the accuracy of these guns is awful. They shouldn't be that bad. They should be pretty good accuracy, but they really just want to shoot the floor. Oh, we just clear range. Oh, we got a hit on it. Okay, now they're doing okay. Seem to have got their eye in a bit after that first hit. Yikes. I think that must be the eternal explosion, looking at that many blocks. Yeah, no, definitely having accuracy issues. Is this a detection system issue or is this something else? It should have a pretty good bead on it. Yeah, the glass is indeed absorbing a few hits. Front of the track guards could maybe be heavy armor as well. They're trying to keep the cost reasonable, but the bits that take hits are the bits worth reinforcing. This is reloading. Oh, was it a recoil problem? Give what it said about recoil absorption not being back up yet. It could be that. Oh yeah, it's just very slow to reload. I forgot about that. There may be some work needed here. We could potentially gauge down the guns or maybe even double them up so that they're double 250s. They need to be powerful, but they definitely also need a reasonable fire rate. Oh, that was a bad one. How are we doing? Oh, we're still moving. It was a bad one, but it wasn't enough to knock us out. It wasn't enough to move us, though, apparently. Is that the normal reload time? I feel like it's been long enough that it should have reloaded by now, right? I think my chair's been knocked out. No, frontal armor's holding for the moment. Maybe the AI did get knocked out there. Right, I'll speed up repairs. Come on, get another shot off. It must be just outside their missile range. Oh, there we go. Oh, maybe it burst fired through all its shots, so it wasn't even getting a 30-second reload time? Okay, so I take back what I said about it potentially being an internal explosion. I think it just did hit like a truck on that one, but... yeah, I wonder if it's actually firing in faster bursts and then it's got a long reload time between them. Let's actually set the fire rate to be what it thinks it is. And then we'll probably have to leave that there for the episode, but I might potentially try messing with the guns and trying maybe even just setting their firing rate down. Fire rate. It's their actual 1.9. Again, pretty poor, so I'd like to be hitting a bit better, but... hey, what are we going to do, I guess? I'm annoyed you can't set the little delay anymore. Oh! Yeah, no, get full accuracy, guys. Jeez. Fire very slowly. You need to make sure you've got a good shot. I don't know why it doesn't default to the highest possible, but... I guess for a minigun you'd be okay, but... yes, let's reinforce that front armor, and then we'll call it there for the episode, I think. Oh dear. Reinforce it on the inside as well. No, because there's wheels in the way, but that's fine. Right. Hopefully you've all enjoyed. As I like to say, I make games as well as play them, so if you want to help the channel, go check out what I've made. We'll probably be, as said, slowing down on uploads a bit because Christmas is coming up, but I'll try to get at least a little bit of stuff out still. And yeah, see you guys all in the next one. Goodbye.